I tried a dating app, but all I found were people who enjoy sunshine, so I swiped left. My therapist suggested a gratitude list. Instead, I've compiled a list of grudges, which is essentially the same thing, but more honest. After one viral funeral cake tutorial, I'm experiencing an influencer burnout. And for what, really? Apparently, my cemetery gardening tutorial went viral, which I find as disturbing as a clown's smile. They insisted I smile. I told them my face would crack. When you're applying to corporate jobs, you get all these HR emails, and they're titled Culture Fit. Softening my wardrobe, he insisted. I told him the only thing I wanted softened was his skull against a brick wall. This algorithm keeps insisting I use trending sounds, but I find them aggressively cheerful and rather pedestrian. I mean, he literally vanished into thin air. You'd think a phantom would be more committed to haunting. I opened a coffin for ASMR and it went viral. I'm not sure how to feel about that. So I tried mindful meditation today, and I ended up falling asleep forever. All these self-care trends seem to involve kale smoothies or meditating in a sunbeam, but honestly, nothing soothes the soul quite like a good thunderstorm. I think he's commitment phobic, which is ironic, because he's a vampire and he will live forever.
Dating a vampire who's allergic to commitment is much like trying to get a werewolf to sit still during a full moon.
I have to say, secretly judging the binding has become my favorite part of the Feel Good Book Club. I thought I could escape the horrors of small talk by creating a group chat. I was just in a meeting to discuss funeral arrangements, and someone actually suggested I lighten up. One wrong tweet, and suddenly everyone's a bonfire waiting to happen. Just because it's October and I am wearing a black dress does not mean this is a Halloween costume. Pugsley has once again stolen my vintage dagger, the one I inherited from Great-Aunt Calpurnia. There's nothing more unsettling than reading a dating bio that proudly proclaims, "Must love dogs." I found this influencer merch and it was so bad. I'm going to design a mildly menacing sweatshirt. A dramatically dark espresso spill seems appropriate for such a bright occasion. It was a gift from Aunt Ophelia, who insists I brighten up my look. It's a mystery. They always start out so full of life, then one morning I find them in various states of decay. One does not simply crash a charity gala without a crash course in basic etiquette, especially when the main goal is the hors d'oeuvre. Tonight I'm making my debut as a guest lecturer on advanced ennui. I'm sure it will be a night of profound boredom.
Honestly, must I endure the ceaseless surveillance of this mechanical bird every dawn? Some find solace in the morning light, I find drones.
Just as the dawn dew settled, I saw a familiar glint above the hedges. Apparently, my morning solitude is now a public broadcast. Oh, I rescued an abandoned, enchanted object today, which means dealing with mountains of paperwork. Not only am I at a wedding, but they're giving out coffin-shaped table favors. So I guess this gets a 7 out of 10.
I just wanted to try some of the trendier makeup, but I think I just accidentally invented a new shade of black.
Apparently, the judges failed to appear, and I was drafted into service, much to everyone's dismay. How did I end up here, judging a children's costume contest? This is beyond even my usual level of existential despair. It's a tragedy that they inflict these pastel horrors on us every year. So I'm starting a podcast about ominous weather patterns. There's so much to discuss and so little time.
This beauty collab sent me into a tasteful spiral of eyeliner choices.
Everyone else has jokes about their exes. My punchlines about mortality tend to make things a little awkward.
Sometimes I receive a return request, usually from someone who's developed a sudden aversion to light or an unexplained fondness for taxidermy.
Cooking for two is such a dull undertaking. I miss Pugsley's appetite for chaos, for flavor.
Eco-guilt is a real thing. Sometimes I wonder if I should just start composting small animals. I'm kidding, mostly.
It was a blind date, and when I arrived, I was told it was bright colors only. And yet somehow, I survived. He said it was getting out of hand. Well, now he's out of a job, and I'm out of a thorn bush. I was asked to host a children's magic show. I refused to make anything disappear, except enthusiasm. My attempts to monetize my brand have led to some rather unfortunate incidents, like accidentally branding the family crypt.
And now, I must pretend to be surprised that they are, in fact, not entirely without joy.
How do you deal with someone who reveals a deeply cheerful secret? It's truly a test of my patience. And everyone keeps saying, Wednesday, you use too much black food dye.